get to where you are. And I would live a million lonely lifetimes if I knew I could get back to you. Yeah, I just wanna get back to you. May take some time. I don't wanna find no one but you in my arms. If it's a test, I'm doing my best, but it gets hard being without you. Being without you. I would walk a million lonely miles to look you in the eye, have you here by my side. Swim every ocean, fight till I'm broken. I just wanna get back to you. Yeah, I just wanna get back to you. May take some time. I don't